Yeah, hi there, this is tuxauto.com. Welcome on my video channel. 1 or 2 days ago, Skylum released a new update to Luminar NEO within the Early Access program. So I downloaded, installed the update 2 version just to see how many improvements we just have in the new version. There is one new app, and that is an app for smartphones, both for Android and iOS systems. That is Luminar Share, basically for sharing images from the iPhone to Luminar NEO and, of course, vice versa. But let's take a look at the changes in the update 2 of Luminar NEO. Okay, I already started the newer version of Luminar NEO. And let's take a look about which version we are talking. And that is the version 0.9.2. So we didn't reach version 1 so far. But let's take a look on the functions offered by Luminar NEO. And at first we take a look on the removal of power lines. We take, for example, this image here where a lot of power lines are involved. Go to Edit, go to Erase, and go to Remove Power Lines. And of course this takes quite a while for removing all those lines, for correcting masking out. And here you can see the impact on the CPU for this procedure. Now he is ready to remove the power lines, as you can see here, but also parts of the pole. So that's sort of the same situation as in the last version. Okay, let's take back this change in the image, go to the catalog. And maybe we take this one as an example. Here we have a lot of power lines too in the image. Go again to Edit, Erase, and Remove Power Lines. And here you can see that worked pretty good for removing those objects. There's a little tiny bit up here and here in this area where a very small part of the power line still remains in the picture. So the function works pretty good. And I have to mention that, in my opinion, it worked a little bit faster, but I didn't stop the times, of course, so I can't prove it. Okay, let's go back to another function, and that is Luminar Share. That's an application for Android or iPhones, smartphones, where you can exchange images from your desktop version or laptop version of Luminar NEO to the cell phone. But first of all, you have to install the Luminar Share app to your cell phone. And I already done this. If you go here to File, go here to Share and Luminar Share, you get a QR code presented. That is both. If you scan it with your camera, that's the link for the application. And if you installed the application already, that link is for establishing a connection between the desktop version of Luminar NEO and the app on the cell phone. So let's try this. Okay, for an example, we want to share this image here. And then we go to Share. And first of all, we have to connect to the other device. So we click this here and you get the QR code presented. And then I start my Luminar Share app. Go to Scan QR. And then here establish a connection. And then I can share the image and send it to the device. And here you got the result. The image is sent to the smartphone. The only problem I have is I can't zoom in like in other images or in other applications. And there is no option for deleting those images. You just can share those images by clicking here on the button, and the share dialog is the system dialog for sharing. So you can share to, like here in my case with the WhatsApp AirDrop, and of course the social medias like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So I don't know what Skillum is planning with this app. Would be useful if you can share raw images. And of course, you can share back from the iPhone to the desktop version. Okay, now I can go to send photos here to Luminar NEO. Select this one, for example. And here we got, maybe that is an error. We have to wait and see how it looks like in Luminar NEO. That image was taken in portrait mode. So I can turn it around here, but I just send it to the gallery. And Luminar NEO establishes a new collection. And as you can see here, that's the same problem here, that the image is presented in landscape mode and not in portrait mode. And what I mentioned already is that there is no option to delete the images on your cell phone. And of course, this is so far no automatic syncing or any other tools you might expect. So there is no comparison to the Lightroom app, if you just wonder. Okay, as you can see, the removal of power lines seems to be a little bit faster than in the last version, but the removal procedure still seems to have problems. There are some examples where it works pretty good, but on the other hand, you have the same problems removing power lines where there are either pieces of the power lines will remain in the image, or some of the pole for the power lines is removed too, which shouldn't be. On the other hand, that it's quite difficult to remove power lines just because of the different background, skies or so on, and do the masking in the image very precisely. So I guess we have to wait and see until the final version. The Luminar Share app is quite interesting. So you can export images from your Luminar NEO desktop to the smartphone, either to just have it with you or share those images right away with social media like Instagram, Facebook, and so on. And of course, you can take pictures with you shot on the smartphone, either Android or iPhone, and export them back to Luminar NEO desktop version. So maybe you have them in your catalog, or maybe you want to process them further. So far, the Luminar Share app is just only for exporting back and forth images, either from Luminar NEO desktop or to the smartphone, and of course vice versa. And the sharing to social media or via AirDrop is just a basic operating system dialog. So I think that's not the thing which is to the Luminar Share app. What I found is that so far you're not able to delete images, which is not that good if you're small on memory on your smartphone, but I think that will be in the next version of the Luminar Share app. Okay, that was my little review on the update 2 from Luminar NEO Early Access. If you have any questions to this, you might as well place them in the comments to this videos or in the comments to the corresponding blog post. And if this video was a little helpful to you, you might think about placing a like on the video. And I surely would appreciate it if you subscribe my channel, but then don't forget to hit the bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Okay, that was my little video and all I have to say. Till the next time, ciao, tix oche.